What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be checking out McDonald's Mighty Wings. I went ahead and got the 5-piece, and surprisingly I paid $5 for this thing. And we're looking at about $1 a wing, so I really hope the flavor can live up to that price tag. Not to mention the chick only wanted to give me 2 sauces because that is the maximum they were allowed to give without charging me anymore. 2 sauces, 5 wings. Wouldn't really consider that quite fair, especially for the price tag, but let's go ahead, open it up, and check them out. The wings are looking pretty standard on the inside of the box. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect. They look overly nice and crispy. It doesn't look like they're soggy or even overly greasy. The color does look like they're a little bit past their freshest time, but I guess there's no real way to tell until we take a bite. So let's go ahead and check out these Mighty Wings. Good amount of crunch. I like that. Not gonna lie, that first bite was a mouthful of flavor. I mean, just you can see there was a decent amount of chicken in there. I didn't even touch the bone. I just got a nice full mouth of chicken, not even all breading either. McDonald's might have just thrown a curveball at me because I was totally not expecting that. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this wing and see what I think. So for McDonald's new Mighty Wings, they did a pretty good job at surprising me. Most of the time, McDonald's is pretty on par with some of the lower budget fast food places. Now, they did something a little bit different and went with a chicken wing. Pretty unheard of because most of their chicken products, you know, boneless, nothing like that. Finally did bone in, and they actually did fairly well with it. I like the flavor. I like what it's got going on with it. Main part of the chicken wing, obviously chicken is chicken, the breading. The breading itself was somewhat of a shocker. I was kind of expecting somewhat like that spicy McBite, but you get a lot of the excess breading versus chicken. This has a nice breading to chicken ratio, and the actual breading itself is very flavorful. They got plenty of like a hint of pepper coming through, not overly salty by any means, and it does actually have flavor to it. I don't feel like I'm just eating breadcrumbs. And after you get done gnawing on one of these, you get a nice little tiny hint of heat coming through the back. And now I'm not saying it's, you know, a mouth on fire. They don't advertise it really as even hot, but it does have a nice little slow following up burn after you devour one of these Mighty Wings. Which is nice because I didn't dip it in any sauce and it doesn't come dressed. So to have a nice little bit of burn just sneaking up on the back of your palate, they did pretty well right there. When I first took a look inside that box, it did seem like they kind of already reached their fresh peak a while back. It did not seem like they were like fresh out of the fryer. When I first bit into it and it was still moist and juicy on the inside, that right there was a big shocker. I did not expect to bite into a moist wing that looked all nasty and dried out on the inside. And I'm kind of curious how McDonald's managed to keep it so juicy on the inside and yet so crispy on the outside. My only guess might be that maybe when they're in the actual factory itself, they get marinated or they get injected with flavor. Because the chicken itself doesn't just taste like this bland old chicken. It actually has like a weird flavor profile going on with the chicken itself. And then you get the breading. Overall, very flavorful. Now, running at about $1 a wing, that's pushing it on even McDonald's standards. I mean, I got 5 wings, $5. I'm not really feeling it right there. And then for the lady to tell me I can only have 2 sauces after I just threw down $5 for some McDonald's chicken wings, a fairly big disappointment. But flavor-wise, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I really am digging these wings, and I mean, if you got them fresh out of the fryer, I can only imagine how good they would be. But bang for your buck, I mean, come on, $1 a wing, even for McDonald's, that's just going to be a 3 out of 10. There's no way to get around that. This is definitely not something that's family friendly, but for an individual like myself, I personally enjoyed them. And since they don't come with a sauce, what kind of sauce would you dip them in? I mean, I went ahead and got some buffalo and some sweet chili, because McDonald's managed to not even introduce any new sauces. I mean, McDonald's is always jumping at the chance for a new something, so why not throw in a new sauce with their new Mighty Wings? But I got my favorites, had to pay a little extra for some extra sauce. The wings overall, though, managed to hold up to the hype. You did a good job, McDonald's. Keep it up. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.